They like him, no. They like me, even they do like. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I'll block him. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the program this morning. This is Bystanders and Newsstands. I'm Christian Chuku. We are here to get people talking on the reports that we have on the national dailies this morning. Today is Wednesday. We are having the Labour Party. The hearing, the petition at the election tribunal is going on. Labour Party's petition will be instituted today. Today, Wednesday, the 10th of May 2023. We are moving on. I am at Abiodun Jago Street, and behind me you have the newspaper stand. I have my analyst here this morning. I have to do justice to the newspaper headlines. I have the This Day newspaper with me this morning. The This Day newspaper, yes, the This Day newspaper with me this morning. I also have the Punch. This Day, the Punch newspaper this morning, and let's start with the Punch. Tribunal to consider PDP Labour Party's live broadcast request. That's on the presidential poll, the election tribunal. The PDP has asked that it should be televised live. It should be broadcast live. Broadcasting proceedings live is of national importance. Article legal team, Labour Party insists that Justice Sabani promises PDP treatment of demand. APC vows appropriate response. Now over to Osun State. Final victory. Buhari Tinubu congratulates Adeleke and his supporters also jubilate on the victory of Adeleke yesterday. It was a big one for Osun indigents and residents. You can see jubilation all around the state. Much more jubilation coming later today. Federal government orders private jets removal from Abuja airport. As Lagos Bishop raped me twice, main pastor gives testimony on the bishop that was remanded by Lagos over a rape allegation. We have 15 dying in Sokoto boat accident, 25 missing, over $200 billion national assets lost to terrorism. That's the federal government giving that report. Over $200 billion national assets lost to terrorism. This morning, Adeleke survives as Supreme Court affirmed his election. PDP Buhari Tinubu celebrates. President urges citizens to team up with governor to develop states. I'll govern with God's fear. Adeleke says, I will govern with God's fear. Promises, it says his verdict is historic. It's evident Beavers has come to stay. Atiku declares it's evident that Beavers has come to stay. The Beavers won that tribunal yesterday. The Beavers was what made the game to change. Let's look at INEC. APC Tinubu may oppose live broadcasts of proceedings. That is the election tribunal proceedings. INEC and APC Tinubu may oppose that live broadcast requested from the PDP and Labour Party. It is of national importance, they say, if we broadcast the tribunal live this morning. Otedela fumes over Transcorp deal. Elumelu keeps mum. Transcorp has been given to take over Abuja Disco, and it's going to be a big deal for Transcorp. I believe you remember Transcorp Hilton Hotel. They are going to take over at Abuja Disco, Abuja Power Generation. Yeah, with that, I have an analysis this morning. Mr. Raf. Good morning, Mr. Raf.
Good morning, Christian Chuku. And good morning, our wonderful viewers. I just want to throw a salute to Mr. Chimaudeze. Don't worry, everything is going to be all right. Mr. Funigas, don't worry, everything is going to be all right. Mami Kechi, things are getting right. Then, my man, Akim Olashupo, things are getting right. The court is in progress. appealing to you guys, people like Kano Abuba. Things are getting it right. You, my Oga Kevin, things are getting right. The court session is in progress. Then I will never forget Mama America in Israel. Things are getting right. Nigerian diasporas, pray and pray. Things are getting right. We can never, ever afford to engage another 8 years of serious, excruciating pain. Something must be right. Get right. Got right this time around. Christian, thank you so much.
Let's look at the election tribunal. You watched what transpired on Monday.
Yeah.
What's your take out of it?
Yeah, what transpired on Monday was just like what happened in 2019 when we were about to rush there to the poll. That was, I think, February or March. Everybody rush there with such earnestness or anxiety to put out APC government. Did you know what happened? They postponed it. And why? After doing that, people lost confidence. In the court there, that was 2 days ago. Everybody just, yes. See, this time around, that postponement, why? Was it because Tinubu was not around in the court? Why not coming to the court? Why was he not around the court?
Lalong
represented him. Thank you. Lalong was APC what? Presidential candidate. This is the question. Was he? Is he? Who contested under APC? Was it not Tinubu? Why is it that Tinubu sent somebody to represent him? The major culprit is Tinubu. Are you listening to me? If at all, had it been Lalong was there, and it happened that Tinubu lost this case, Lalong will be arrested. He will go to prison, jail, instead of Tinubu. That's my own question. See, the way we are doing things in this country, we should examine ourselves. Okay. We should know that there is God in heaven. Yes, the most powerful. He watches over us. Why must Tinubu not attend the court? Attend to that hearing 2 days ago. He sent Lalong. Lalong should speak in his stead. So Lalong was the APC presidential candidate. It was wrong. My own take on that was that Tinubu was hiding something. Because he had an S up his sleeve. Yes. If he's not having anything up his sleeve, why is he dodging court premises, court room?
Is he not the president-elect?
The president-elect? Who? No, don't say that, Christian. We are the youth. We are the one that cast the vote. President-elect, he lost Lagos. President-elect lost Asoro. President-elect lost his state, lost Ekiti, lost everywhere in Yoruba land. His people, Yoruba, did not vote for him. That's why I cannot come on this stage and start casting Yoruba, saying that Yoruba did bad, Yoruba did tribalism. It's a lie. Supporters of Tinubu in Lagos State are motopark touts, poorly educated miscreants who could reason through their anus. They can't reason well. Yoruba man I know, Yoruba man they are very educated. Yoruba man I know are diplomatic people. They have never got involved with Igbo, engaged them in anything, trouble, hostilities since we started, coexisting as brothers and sisters since the inception, after the inception of the war. Yoruba man accepted Igbo. We were together and we are still together in Lagos State. See, how dare anybody say that Tinubu was president-elect? Okay, no wonder. That's why Tinubu started now appointing people. This one will be my Minister of Finance. Look at you, Akpabio. You must be there at the Senate. This thing. Speaker, we go to social person in Mid-Belt. Have you been sworn in? We are waiting for inauguration. Why are you dancing lame? Still, the music is yet to start. This man is dancing lame, appointing people. He is acting outside Nigeria, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is proving to be Mr. President until after 29th May. And if he was actually inaugurated, then you can now reshuffle the cabinet or you can constitute a new one. Yes.
Broadcasting the tribunal live, courts may consider PDP's request.
Consideration, let me explain the English, meaning that court is giving, at least approving it, but under probability, 100%. they might like to, I think, understand. They are giving, using live broadcasts 100% under probability. Not that they are going to do that. If they have considered it, court has considered it 100%, then I will know that we are getting there. Because if they don't do it live, I think many jungle justice is going to transpire in the courtroom. Nigeria judiciary is an institution I know that used to cover their spittle. They used to cover their nakedness in the public. They don't want to transmit it or telecast it live to the members of the world. Because of what? Shame. Because they know that already there's rubber stamp to executive, to the executive.
That is the judiciary.
Yes, the judiciary. And the judiciary court is under it. Are you listening to me? So they don't want to showcase their charcoal infested face. Nigerian judiciary, if could be likened a human being, charcoal is rubbed on their face. They are irrational because they collect money from. No, it's not an allegation. They judge nonsense in 2015. Something bad again.
Let's continue.
That they were giving those bench of judges, bench of lawyers have been bribed. They gave them 10 million each person. It is no social media propaganda. Yes.
No, like, do you have an evidence? Like,
No, let me tell you. References.
it's an allegation, I'm saying.
No. What happened is that you use the present tense or happening, collude it with the past, which is the history, and throw it to the members of the public. They will buy into what you are saying. Because history, you see, will help us to be what? Careful. And by history, you memorize what happened in the past. You use this to judge the present. And when you throw out, so that such happening will be avoided. I don't know what I understand. So when I'm saying something like this, I'm remembering the past for you. What transpired in 2019 was that PDP beat APC outright.
But where was the declared winner?
Thank you. That is a range past judgment. That is what made Buhari the worst president, courtesy, Wole Soyinka, in the world. Because he's not qualified to be there for the second time. They allow him and gave him the grace to come out with NEPA bill, utility bill, as a certificate, WAEC certificate in 2015. What he presented to the House that scrutinized him, screen him, was a mere NITEL, what do you call it again? The other one, utility bills as certificate. And they said, okay, even if he presents whatever, anyhow, he will be there. Courtesy, the same Tinubu. Anybody is qualified to contest as President of Federal Republic of Nigeria. If he passed standard 3 in those days, elementary 6, not compulsorily, you will get PhD or BSc. Passing 6 will contest. That is in the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay. Let's talk about Adeleke's victory.
Adeleke victory.
Buhari Tinubu congratulate Adeleke.
Yes, Buhari did well for congratulating him. Tinubu did well because Tinubu's work, all his craftiness, his crafty, whatever, has not worked again. Yeah. Because Osun State people, Kunle is from Osun. Osun State people are well determined to give out what they know is theirs, to give out what they know is good. Osun State people, they really expressed themselves through that election of Adeleke. They proved Ochibanjo wrong in 2018 when he made a phone call that Adeleke was leading. All of a sudden, inconclusive order came from Abuja, the presidential home, the home of Nigerian presidents. Inconclusive, they stopped the election because PDP was having upper hand. Then they used who? Arichekola, I think that was his name. Arichekola was used to nail PDP. Oga, they are all rigging. Tinubu went there. He wanted to rig it. On the eve of that election, he alighted from helicopter. He walked like this. Mbolongwe, Mbolowa. Ochun State. Okay, order. He started marching. A march towards what? Failure. That march wasn't a march of civilization. It wasn't a march of success because he tried it before he succeeded. Second time, he failed. Okay. A march towards failure. I'm telling you, Adeleke, the dancing governor, currently is dancing because the Southwest Court gave it to him yesterday when they affirmed the history as it was announced that very particular day.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you so much.
I get where they go to work. I get where they go. I can't.
Less than 3 minutes.
Please, I've never said this. I've been here for a while. Ask Raf, when have I been here?
Let's move on.
When have I been here? When have I been?
After me, this guy.
Let's move.
So why 3 minutes? Good morning. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, the good people, the good viewers watching us. Appreciate you all, especially Mr. Calvin. Appreciate you. You know, you don't know me, I don't know you, but you kind of love you're showing. I appreciate you, right? And kudos to you. Kudos to your efforts.
Okay, Oni of Ife says that Atiku, Obi, and other supporters should join hand with Tinubu to build Nigeria.
Yeah. Let me now first of all correct.
I will ask Raf that question.
Let me first of all correct some abnormality that is going on here. You see, they can't come on the bystanders and say all the supporters of Tinubu are miscreants. That is totally wrong to say. Me, I'm not a miscreant. I have a job I'm doing. Nevertheless, still waiting for the breakthrough of God. You don't do that. You don't talk that. We have a lot of erudite people, technocrats supporting Tinubu.
Yeah.
That you can't call them a miscreant. So there's some gutter talk we don't need to be saying here.
So it is your word for the word.
It's not.
See what Onanuga said. Obedient, they use it frequently. So it is word for word.
But you need to show the wisdom of maturity. It's not because somebody is older than you, so you'll be more mature than you. There are some people that just hold. Those are the people they call fools. You know, they are big fools. When they call you a big fool, that's you just hold for nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
you have clarified it.
I'm clearing. Really.
Of course, you know the truth. Not all supporters.
Not all supporters.
You can't generalize it.
You know,
of course,
that is just it.
Oni of Ife.
Oni of Ife.
All Nigerians should join
hands. Yes. That is on. That is.
Even there's a report about Adeboye saying the same that Tinubu will do well as a president.
Yeah. No, see.
Did you come across that?
If Adeboye said it.
Did you come across?
Yeah. If I come across it, he has a free. No. If he said it, right? All other Christian leaders have been saying it. Enoche. Do you know what Enoche said from the guy in the Port Harcourt? Do you know what this? When Obi went to, let us be balancing. All of them has a right to say.
That's what I'm telling you this morning. That if somebody says something, you come and balance.
No. You come and Pastor Adeboye said that's his wish. If Onoche said it, that's his wish. But the Adeboye has not gone to the extent of diminishing the other candidates, calling them names, swearing for them. It's not. That was what really transpired in other churches. That other pastors that are speaking out. You see, elections has come and gone. It's we ourselves that we have to check ourselves and rehabilitate ourselves. An average Nigerian citizen is a dangerous citizen, as I'm telling you, because the mind has been so poisoned. The mind has been so, poisoned to the extent people don't even want to show love. People don't, they say an hungry man is an angry man. And that is what is playing out now. So we need a rebirth generally as a nation. We need a rebirth. It's not only about one person coming to be a president that matters. It's all of us, inclusiveness of all of us, that we have to hold the country. This is our country. Either we want it to go down or we want it to still remain the way it is. But my own stake is, let us all love our country than our.
It seems that these people are getting backlashes from left, right, center, especially Oni of Ife, who said that we should all come together and support Tinubu. What's your take?
Yeah, we should all come together and support Tinubu. Maybe he has assumed already that Tinubu is the sitting president now, or is going to be inaugurated on the 29th of May. And I can't blame him for that, right? Actually, because he's the president-elect as of now, and that's swearing in. I think nobody will be able to stop it. Nobody. I keep saying nobody, except you are fooling ourselves.
Except the tribunal.
The tribunal cannot even conclude the case. Beyond
Femi
that
Falana,
side.
SAN says it's possible.
And it's possible, but the rudiment, the procedures that you have
It's
to start.
possible to conclude
You have
case
to
before
start
May 29.
asking for, the evidence you have from the high
Yes,
neck,
and
and you call your witnesses. You imagine what it takes
might
to
take
even
long.
bring the witness down to Abuja, or to just to locate some witnesses, and it's a tough
Ekulianta.
thing. It's a serious task to embark on, and they cannot succeed that within the frame of the. And another thing I want to say here is, why are our people so always proactive in being a judge in their own case? Somebody was saying that the Arowola was being bribed. We saw him, and there was a video that went viral. The Arowola was in London. He went to meet the presidential elect in London. Let's stop all those fallacies. Let's stop all those. If you've gone to court, you are still now maligning the court. That means you don't believe in the court. You're just, especially now when the process is going on, you are showing that you don't believe in the judgment of the court by saying that. So why do you go to the court then? Why do you go to the court? And I want to tell you, it's my own opinion. I don't mind any backlash. This election is the most sophisticated election I've ever seen, where a sitting president, lost his lost election in his domain. A presidential candidate of the PD,
Lost the FCT.
lost in FCT. Then the presidential elect lost in his home states, in the states of his aboriginal state, I would say, in Lagos. He lost in Lagos. And look at El-Rufai.
Some people say that that's a plan by
It
the
wasn't.
powers
It
that
wasn't.
be,
It
so as to
wasn't.
make it
No,
look as if
it wasn't. It wasn't a plan.
it was fair.
It wasn't a plan. I'll tell you, it wasn't a plan, because we voted around this axis, especially in some units, polling units, we were determined that we should carry the day. But when the result came, it was so transparent, from Beavers to
So some people were
IREF.
there were videos. Some people said were told not to.
Yeah, a lot of
not
no.
to- You
See,
said it was so transparent. That's
it
why
was,
I'm
it
using.
was, yeah, it's,
I'm
it's,
attacking
it
that
was,
word. It
no,
was so
it's
transparent.
my own. It's my
There are
own
many
unit,
videos
polling
that
units.
that
It's what I've witnessed in my
how
polling
many polling
units.
units are in Lagos?
And in my own area, I
How many
witnessed.
polling units in
in my-
your area? 100 polling units. Okay,
Ogba, the
Mm.
Ogba has this.
Okay.
I don't know whether you really voted
my
here.
question is,
Where did you vote? Ogba here. Majority of this polling units in Ogba, Labour captured it, and they presented the result.
what about
the way
the
it was.
governorship?
The governorship that came in, I think in our area, we captured the governorship because
Like
people could
what
not
I'm
come
saying
out.
happened? Did it happen in the governorship in your area? Did it happen during the
It didn't happen.
voter
That's
intimidation?
the intimidation. It did not happen in my area. It did not happen.
You can
But
you can
people
beat
were
your chest and say it didn't happen.
people did not even bother to come out, because what people need was that obedient presidency than the governorship president.
I belong to a monitoring group.
Let me tell you.
Early in the morning, as far as early as 7:30, videos started flying. These are videos you can verify.
Ebo abi, wey dem carry ebo.
Not even Ebo, as in Okera, not Ebo. If lucky is here, you attest to what I'm saying. So if you say there was no voter intimidation during the government election, I don't think you are saying what is correct.
A same part of people we are trying to correct. You too. I don't know whether you.
No, there was voter intimidation. That's what I'm
There
saying.
was voter, but I'm
But you
telling
said
you,
there was
some
no.
areas, in some area, I said my own area. Didn't you hear me? I said in my own area there was nothing like voter intimidation. We all voted. Even some Labour, they came. They share water to everybody because they are like family in that area. If you understand Lagos very well, there are areas that the election don't detach them from each other. Once they just take an election, as it's only mature people that always enjoy electoral system time. But the uncivilized people, they turn the election to war. They turn it to backlashing. They turn it to you get what I'm saying? They turn it to backlashing. In election, in a civilized society in which I voted, we were just throwing banter to each other. You Labour, you know say now water you dey drink. Labour sef go say APC. You know say we trash now for that was the governorship. We trash now for the presidency. We are still going to do the needful. So it's all about maturity. It's not all these polling units that you have fracas, you have anything. It depends on the citizen in that area, how mature they are. So it's not all area that intimidation, electoral intimidation happen.
I know,
Mark my word. So you can't generalize it. Even outside Lagos, in other states, it's happened. In Anambra, there was. You know, the guy was killed in Anambra. In Benue, there was massacre. So don't just centralize as if you have.
No, you said your area, so I had to use your area. Don't just. You said there was no.
Yes.
It was
It was a Georgia. It was a Georgia level. We voted on the Georgia level.
It was transparent.
Transparent, yes.
That's what you
because
said.
I was monitoring it. You said what? The election was transparent in my area.
Okay.
Because we all followed anxiety of let's check how many. As they were counting it, Labour, APC, Labour, we were doing the counting likewise. And where we lost, in which we know we lost, we were looking for the other units to recoup the votes. But there was no fighting, there was no ambushing, there was
if somebody comes here and said there was fighting, what will you do?
In my there was no fighting.
Which area is your area?
That's Akiode.
Okera, let's say Okera.
Akiode constituency. Akiode is the Okera is different. Okera is the old,
let's look at Okera.
Okera. That's Okera. Local, what's it called? But my own unit is Akiode, opposite Omole Estate there. So there was peace.
What's your take?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Osun is grooming now. There's a lot of fun going on in Osun. He's a people's man. He's a people's candidate. He's a people's governor. I give it to them. I'm so much in love with him. You know, I've been saying it. No matter the party, when I see a good candidate for a position, I always go after him. No matter, put the party aside. When you see a good people, you know he's a good people. The family especially. I don't know him in and out, but I knew his family, his late brothers, in which was
that's what you used to judge that he's
going. It's because there's a trend now in his family. You know, they don't hide themselves. They don't hide their atrocity. You know, his brother Deji, that's Davido's father, said if he misperform, if underperform, he's going to be the one to start criticizing him. And those guys don't have Nigerian mentality. You know, they all grew up in America. Some majority of all of them are American citizens, and they have big investments in America. So you can't just call them a baby politician or a baby businessman. You know, so they know what they know their onions. So as it is, people love that. I was in Osun like a week plus or 2 weeks ago. I could see, you know, the expectation of the people there. As of that time, it wasn't even the government house. It was in his personal house. And his personal house is even more sophisticated than the government house. So I don't know how you want to do it. But those guys are rich. Give it to them. If you see their mansion in their states and they feel they give back to the society easily, you know, they don't campaign on it that they are giving out, you know, because anything you are giving somebody something and you
saw the population.
One day you take a trip. Maybe, I don't know when they are going to inaugurate him. Maybe it doesn't even need. Maybe there will be inauguration for him. He has done it down one already. So I will invite you to Osun so that you witness what is going on. That state is a state that never sleeps because of when during this adventure of this Adeleke, they've turned that state to a state that never sleeps. See fun all around. I was there. I was marveled that what am I doing in Lagos? What am I doing in Lagos, for God's sake? The same things that you see in Lagos that you see over there. The only thing is just the sea. The sea is only the most attractive. You know, you go to Island, you go to Banana Island, Equatlantic.
Let's move on. We have a televising of the Election Tribunal.
Yeah.
What's your take?
It's a good
That
omen.
we should be watching
yeah.
it as
Yeah,
it goes
yeah.
live.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea they want to bring, and but I pray majority of people will not have heart attack by watching that. That election, the tribunal process. But yeah,
The Nigerian problem alone.
alone is enough to start watching it. To me, I can't even stay glued to that television for 1 minute or 1 hour. All those guys are mates. All those guys you see in that court, they are mates. If you just waste your time, you sit down, you go get high blood pressure, your daily needs will be affected. So me, I don't even care. Anything they want to do, my own life now, my life comes first. As it is now, my life comes first. I too can repair Nigeria, I can fix Nigeria up. Now, it's not a rocket science now. Also there.
Nigeria is not rocket science.
To fix Nigeria is not a rocket science, my brother. It's not a rocket science. It's just the law. It's the manipulation of the law, because we have two laws for the elite and laws for the poor people, for the common citizen, for the miscreants. They call us miscreant now. Law for the miscreant. Not also their generation. They call us miscreant now. So it's law. Once you have a equity law in the country, Nigeria is easy to rule. Nobody will tell you that you should not steal money. Nobody will tell you that you should not, embezzle. Nobody will tell you that you should manipulate election. Nobody will tell you that once there's law for everything, everybody will sit tight.
Okay.
But the way it is, the way it is now, we need to work on our constitution. The constitution is deformed. The constitution is deceptive. The constitution is, it's a paper.
I hope the incoming government will have the guts.
If there's no support,
see,
if there's no support, you see, one day I wish we could mobilize to all those National Assembly, all those Senates, and we should be facing our governor one-on-one. What you are doing, I've not seen any goodness, I've not seen any productivity in your governance. We don't talk, we are too docile. They are there for us. They are there for us, they are our servants. You get what? They are our servants. But we that they are serving, we are the masters, but we relegate our duty to be servants, and they became masters. You send them, they are your servants. So I don't know why.
Let me come, Mr. Raf.
I
want him to answer that Oni question.
Oni?
Yeah.
Why? I'm in best position.
I asked you because
I'm in best position.
Oni of you says let Nigeria come together and support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let the PDP Labour Party come together so that they can support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I asked you the first question.
The answer I will say to it now. You see, this election has gone towards three trends. You have the tribal trend, you have the religious trend, and you have the ethnic, which is more of tribal likewise. Ethnic, religious, and let's just pick that two for now, right? So it's either Oni is talking on one of the trends, which is tribal, our son.
Religious,
yes,
and
political. So but let's remove two, because all human by being a political animals.
Political parties, the PDP, Labour Party.
There's
a trend of having those
I even want to excuse political level, because all human beings are sort of political animals. You can judge that. So let's go to what's it called? Ethnic and religion. You could see ethnic, you may look at is our son. So let me rally people around him. Then religions, you could see Muslim tickets, and the pastor tell your congregation to vote for me. The Christian
so
level.
What are you saying about the Oni of Ife's
the Oni call? It's just a clearing call. It's a clearing call.
Does it seem partisan?
It's a clearing call. It may be saying that for peace, because there's a presidential.
For peace, when people are alleging that a mandate is stolen, when they steal your bottled water, and the person is now saying the bottled water is with the person, I say let's sue for peace. How do you feel?
When there's confusion already in the people agitating for their mandate to be restored, there's confusion among them.
No, how do you sue for peace when they steal your bottled water? How do you
when they steal my bottled water,
bring it back, Abi.
Is to bring it back. But
you can have peace.
Before I can have peace. But if I'm unable to bring it back, I say, because there's nothing I can do any longer. Abi,
Yes.
I will not cry unto God. That's where you now start crying unto God. And if you are a fetish person, you start going to.
Mr. Raf.
But we won't do that. But there's a mandate you cannot win. You know that. You have no mandate you are fighting for. Because number 3 is claiming that
Mr. Raf, I have a question I didn't ask you.
Yeah.
Oni of Ife says that we should all come together. The PDP Labour Party, everyone in Nigeria should come together and support the Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yeah, he has compromised. Oni of Ife is a young man I used to give as an example on this platform. I don't easily forget things. This is a man who is not an Oba, paramount Oba in Yoruba land that has never ever compromised. Has never proved to be a tribalized man. See, let me tell you, Oni of Ife is in his, I think, early 50s now. He has collected money.
Yes. Everybody is collecting money nowadays.
Yes. You know why? The chieftain of Afenifere, Adebanjo, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. He's still standing on his feet.
Yeah.
He has proven it that Yorubas has never in any way voted for Tinubu. He said, who casted that vote for him? He said, are they spirits, terrestrial or celestial spirits? Are they marine spirits from the waters? He said Tinubu did not win election. He said he should allow their southeast counterparts to be there. He made his stance clearly that Obi won in Lagos, won in Abuja, won across the country. That Tinubu is forcing himself on this presidency of a thing. Now, a young man like Oni came out and made this kind of, speech. It has indicated that nobody is trustworthy in this country. I trusted that young man a whole lot.
Oni of Ife.
Yes, I like him. He's a historian. That man is a the first educated Oni in Yoruba land is that young man. The guy is overeducated. See, look at Faneka, they're talking, telling all manner of cases.
Abiola was not educated.
Abiola is a paramount Oba. Okay. Abiola was not an Oba. Okay. He was just Onakakomfo. See, this young man, the most educated Oni ever that has ever ruled in that axis of Yoruba land. But look at today what he's saying. That will be everybody Atiku. Someone that won should just submit to someone that has failed woefully. It is not a good call. It has degenerated. He has relegated his position in Yoruba land. The kind of level and rank I have placed him personally, he has dropped to 0 level. Obi and Atiku, let me tell you, I am much concerned about Obi. Obi is not joining any force to unite with Tinubu. Obi is standing on his own. The whole youths in Nigeria, in Yoruba, in Igbo, in Efik, in Ebibio, in Hausa, everywhere, we are joining forces to make sure that what is ours should be given to us. We are not preaching Obi unifying forces with Atiku. For peace to reign, let me tell you, Tinubu should step down. The returning certificate must be returned. They should bring that certificate back. Yes, to INEC. INEC knows that the rig election, they put us in this kind of way. As I'm talking to you now, the umpire INEC, the chairman, is supposed to be cooling his head in jail. Yes, because he rigged election. He wants us to suffer for another 8 years. Mahmoud Mohammed does not think like a human being. He reasons like a baboon, kind of large monkey. Baboon is a kind of large monkey species.
You are very hard on the INEC.
I'm very hard on him because he always, indicated that he's a tribalized person. And by the way, why should APC allow the same INEC chairman since 2019 to remain there? That is Wayo. Wayo has played out. And the man is playing his role. They are supporting him. Federal government is supporting him because APC government placed him there. Under the watch of Mr. or General Buhari, Mahmoud Mohammed is still there. For how many years? They're supposed to have made another choice so that nobody is going to compromise this election. And as we can see now, compromise has come in. Yes.
No, he's an Oba, so he's suing for peace. So
Oba is not suing for peace. Oba Oni of Ife has collected Egunje. Egunje will spoil Lagos. Has extended from Lagos to Ogun to Kwara, Kwara to Oyo State, Oyo State to Osun State.
No, he spoke. He said something. So
see, anybody that is asking me a question, apart from people online, I'm saying my own opinion, and I'm sure of what I'm saying. See, if Kule is fighting me or contending what I'm saying, he should come here. Let us debate. I didn't understand. Christian, you don't have enough persons today, reviewers. He should come here and face me. Okay, Mr. Martin is still waiting. See, let me tell you, I am disappointed on what Oni has just said. I did not expect something like that from that young man. His assertion has started running like Opakana Banimo here. Ceiling fan. He has joined the league of flyers in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I have let him. Let your brother. Okay. Our general secretary of Yendeba is here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yes. Are you monitoring the election tribunal?
I think it have not really commenced in earnest. So hopefully it will commence in earnest, and Nigerians, it's one issue that Nigerians, the world is interested in following the proceeding. For now, it has not actually commenced in earnest. From what I understand,
what happened on Monday?
It was just merely the tribunal giving all the parties their modus operandi, telling them how they want the tribunal to run. I can understand that the governor of Plateau State, who doubles as the governor of Plateau and the presidential campaign council chairman of APC, was admonished that he should not represent the president-elect. Yes, and the tribunal was still swift to tell all the lawyers that they do not bring up frivolous issues, that they should not delay time of the tribunal. So it was merely just familiarizing with the tribunal telling them their modus operandi and all that. So I didn't expect more than that from them on the first sitting.
Okay. What of the request to air the tribunal live, broadcast the tribunal live?
For me, I'm of the view that they should be aired live, because you have issue where Nigerians are interested in knowing what actually transpired, how the court is going to decide. There are so many issues that the world is looking forward to the tribunal to look at to see how they will decide it. So it will not be proper that they will go and do it in secrecy. So for me, I think I'm of the view that they should air it live.
Do you think the court, you see the court granting that request?
It is really the prerogative of the court to determine how they want the proceeding. They can within, because as a court they have the rules. So it is within their discretion to determine whether they will bar press. But I think in issue of this nature that is of public interest, that is of national interest, it's good that they air it live. And good thing, the tribunal have come out to say that the interest of the nation will be the overriding concern. So to that extent, I think it is wise.
You believe the court?
It's not about me believing, it's what they say.
So the way you are saying it, I'm looking
no,
at
it's not. No. You are not. Except you tell me you have magic wand, and it's difficult to design the heart. I'm only
your
saying.
mind, not your heart.
No, you cannot design my heart, except you are telling me that you are a magician, and even a magician cannot design my heart, because what I can understand is that I'm only saying what they said, that the interest of the nation will be their utmost consideration.
Okay. Let's look at other reports. Adeleke declared winner.
I think it didn't come to me as a surprise. Honestly, it didn't come to me as a surprise, because I had a situation where you had an election, and it was during the time they were test running the beavers, and the Adeleke won the election. For me, it's not about who is the winner. It's about was the process free, fair, and credible. I think to an extent, the process substantially complied with the Electoral Act. And that is the situation where the loser went to court, Boyega and his party APC.
Loser.
Yes, in that election, went to court. And in the wisdom of the Electoral Tribunal, they say he won. But again, shortly after that ruling, we started reading about experts who came out to tell us that the information from the beavers was not complete from what they use as certified true copy. We equally have an issue where people started doubting, is it possible to tamper with the information in the beavers? But I think the dissenting voice judgment was clear that they did not call for voter register, which is a vital instrument document to determine the number of voters.
So what won the case for Adeleke?
No, I think it's a case of democracy triumphing over.
Some people say the beavers.
You may call it the beaver, but what I'm trying to say is don't forget that people try to manipulate the beavers by bringing some information.
It's an allegation. Who?
Do you know, you choose to call it allegation, but I choose to tell you that there was a certified true copy.
Who?
You are calling it allegation, but in my own analysis, I choose to tell you that there was a certified true copy.
Are you saying
of
the
the results?
APC?
That is your own word.
Okay.
I can take you off for that.
Okay.
But what I'm telling you is that there was a certified true copy from INEC, upon which the electoral tribunal relied on to nullify the election
So
of
who are those that
Adeleke.
were wanting to manipulate?
That is why we're journalists. I will
something.
enjoy you. I will enjoy you to
something.
do your investigative
You
journalism.
said something.
You
You
can-
know, you have told me before.
What did I tell you?
You don't want to say it here.
No. I like this kind of conversation. What did I tell you? So that the world will hear you. What I'm saying categorically is this.
APC presented a register.
No, you are getting it wrong.
Wait, I'm telling
There
you
was
something.
a certified true copy from
From
INEC.
I say
But
APC.
the issue is, there is a conversation around this shows that the information that was used as certified true copy was an incomplete result from Beavers. Now you are saying whether I'm indicting somebody. I say that is your language. I do not choose to use indictment. I'm saying that the true position is that there was a certified true copy from
Do you know the
INEC.
persons that?
You can do your investigation journalism
Do you
to
know?
unravel.
I know. I will do.
I didn't follow the case to know I start attaching name to who did what. But I know that there was a certified true copy.
There's a reason
from
why
INEC.
you're a general secretary. There's a reason.
No, you are the chairman of Yendeba.
Let's move on. Compare this case and that of Labour Party and what is going on in tribunal.
You are
Osun
asking me
and
to
the-
be
Okay, what
prejudicial.
are the,
I will not do
what
that.
Are the similarities?
You are asking me to be prejudicial. I will not do that.
No, what are the similarities of the case?
The issue is this. What the relief Labour Party is seeking is one, the issue of Abuja. Whether the law that says 25% from two-thirds majority of the states and say an Abuja, whether it means compulsorily you must get 25% from Abuja, or from the argument of the other side, that Abuja is equally seen as a state. That once you get 25% across board, Abuja is inclusive. That will be left for the court to decide. I cannot stand here and start deciding. I cannot constitute myself into a court of law. Or the issue that borders on the president-elect being his eligibility being questioned, or the strength of a money forfeited in America a long time ago. That is another issue for the court to decide. I cannot stand here and consume myself into a court.
Okay, article declares it's evident that Beavers has come to stay.
Come again.
It is evident that Beavers has come to stay. That is
Even
affirmative.
INEC repeatedly said it. The only problem we had in that election is that INEC was not responsible enough to live up to their own responsibility, up to their own word, up to their own guideline. Nobody is questioning the authenticity or the importance of Beavers in Nigerian election. The only problem is that INEC compromised it by not uploading result, election result.
Indicting INEC.
I said it so that you say what you are saying, and I will still take you up on it. Because it's on record that INEC told us that they were going to upload the election result electronically from the polling unit level.
Whether INEC
No, you are not getting it.
Okay.
It is on record that INEC reneged from uploading the result from polling unit.
Glitches.
And INEC told us that they could not do that because of glitches. And we are saying we are not satisfied that the reason they accuse is correct. Because you cannot be a judge in your own case. It is part of the issue that the court needs to resolve, whether the vote allocated to each person based on not allowing Beavers to upload result is correct. I'm not diving into that. I can leave that judgment for you. I'm not interested in prejudice.
Let's move on. There was jubilation in Osun State.
I'm not unaware.
A new dawn has come to us.
I'm not unaware.
A new dawn has come.
You see, but because what we had in Osun is a situation where there was a legitimate election. See, let me tell you one thing. As a person, I'm not interested in who win election. I'm only interested in due process and not for any party. If you do the election, I may have sympathy for a particular candidate or a particular political party. But if you do the election, it's free, fair, and credible, and my preferred candidate loses, I don't feel bad about it because it means they didn't do their homework well. So why you see Nigerian being dissatisfied, Nigerian being not comfortable with this situation is INEC that is supposed to be unbiased umpire robbing the whole system. So it's quite unfortunate that INEC have brought us to where we are. It would have been possible that even the president-elect Tinubu himself would have won the election if they had done the right thing. But the problem is, did INEC do the right thing? That's the problem.
Okay, let's move on. Oni urging Atiku, Obi, and their supporters to join hands with Tinubu to build Nigeria.
He's speaking from which is his own rights. Oni of Ife.
Oni
of Ife.
Oni.
No, I want to understand. Are you reading from the comment section?
Urge Atiku, Obi.
He's a well-respected monarch. I will not join issue with him. But I understand that he's speaking from his own, which is context of the right of expression. So when somebody has spoken, he's not compelling, he's not putting gun on your head to join her with him. So I don't think there's any issue about that. Or do you see any issue about it?
I want to know whether I see any issue about it.
No, I say he's somebody I respect so much by virtue of his position.
Okay.
And that he's speaking within his right as a strength in the constitution when we talk about freedom of expression. And he's not, by that statement, he's not compelling anybody with a gun to say you must comply with my opinion. So to that extent, I don't have any issue with that.
Okay, let's look at over $200 billion national assets lost to terrorism. That's federal government.
It's quite unfortunate that this government that had a war veteran as a head will spend close to 8 years without being able to address the issue of insecurity. Don't forget that in 2015, during the inaugural speech of Mr. President, he did mandate the then Chief of Army Staff Tuko Brutai to permanently relocate to Maiduguri until Boko Haram was completely subdued. It is important to know that under the watch of Brutai, Boko Haram metamorphosed into other groups, like we have today the ISWAP, the Ansaro terrorist organization, Killer Hensman, and all that. And of recent, the Brutai himself, who is now an ambassador of Nigeria to Kutonu of Benin Republic, have said that it will take Nigeria another 10 or even more years to fight insurgency. So it's quite unfortunate that a war veteran will spend all the resources he has expended on security, and as we speak today, we are still where we are. It's quite unfortunate because even if the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu or Atiku himself or Obi is the president, what can they do better than a war veteran? I'm not trying to discredit them, but I'm thinking that a Buhari, if he failed in other areas, he would have measured well in the area of security, addressing the security challenges.
Someone is asking a question. Olori Collins says that's on the Union of Ife. Your response that it is within its right to say what he said. He's not compelling anybody to join hands with Tinubu. That's the Union of Ife. What he said. Olori Collins says, then is it right for him to say such a thing?
It is okay. Let me express myself. If I'm making an opinion, it's my opinion. And if I advise you to do a particular thing, it's an advice. As long as I'm not compelling you, I'm not putting gun on your head, and not using any other means to enforce it, I think it's within the context of advice or counseling or admonition. So I don't see anything. You cannot hold him on account that he have breached any relevant section of the Constitution by advising you to join hands with the president-elect. I can decide not to join hands with him based on that advice. And not the advice do not have any force of law to compel me to join her with him. And more so as he's somebody I respect very well by virtue of his position, I will not start casting aspersion on him.
Okay, thank you very much. Somebody say Mr. Matthew is very unbiased every time he shares his thoughts. I respect him for that because he's the general secretary.
You are the secretary.
Mr. PDP, how far now? I have Ambassador Niyi. No, he's not your neighbor. Good morning, Mr. Lee. Yeah, on soft this morning.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. This is a cup of tapioca, so you all can join me. Are you late now? Are you?
We are getting prepared for the inauguration.
Well, let me surprise you. That inauguration is not going to happen. All right?
I don't buy.
It's not going to happen. We have a game plan. All right. So we want you. Let us suit you guys. You know what you guys do, right? You know when a baby cries.
Confidentially.
You know when
confidentially.
yeah, when a baby cries, you give the baby probably a sweet, but that doesn't necessarily mean you will not still apply whatever action, whatever action. All right, that inauguration will not happen. The petition will be televised. But at the end of the day, when Tinubu wins, I hope you all would still respect the obedience in particular. I hope they will. Chigoze,
PDP, Labour Party.
Ralph, I hope you guys will still now respect the judiciary. I mean, you have not gone to the court. You are already saying that you're not going to get justice. You have not been to the court. You are saying that if the judge rules in favor of Tinubu, then injustice has been done. Who does that? Is obedience in isolation? Is Nigeria all about obedience alone? I've never seen such blind hypocrisy and such that height of delusion. Someone came to this platform. He said those who support Tinubu they are illiterate and all that. When we talk about illiterate in form of literate, the camp that you find them are obedient. These are fascists. I don't call them obedient. I call them obedient.
The last time Peter Obi,
because they don't reason, they don't balance their level of reasoning. They are just like zombies.
No,
you get one song where zombie no go talk unless you tell them to talk. Zombie. Have you watched Resident Evil? Zombie, you know how they do now? They just go one direction until carry back on that for then they fall. We would let them watch the petition on TV. At least that's it.
I'm getting this information from you.
I am telling you what is going to happen.
Okay.
We have two levels we have the appeal, then the Supreme, right? Don't even be surprised if they even win none of it. But the Supreme, they are not getting it. But everything will be televised.
Should I give you like 1 minute to sip your...
No, don't worry. Let's continue.
Let's move on.
Let's continue. I just gave you guys a breaking news. Now I want you all to ask yourself a question, even when it's televised, and even if the inauguration is being withheld, by the end of the day, Tinubu wins. What happens to you? What happens to your reasoning? What happens to your conviction? Is it a matter of they should just give it to Obi, or a situation where we'll go to the courts and then we provide evidences, and whoever it favors, so be it? Or is it a situation whereby it has to be Obi and nobody else?
Okay, let's move on with the Adeleke victory in Osun State. Are you from Osun?
No, well, Osun is from me. Osun was actually born from Oyo State. I'm from Oyo State, so Osun was actually brought up from Oyo State. All right? So, I think it's a good one. Oyetola was in Osun about, I think, 4 months ago. Oyetola didn't really do well. Let me tell you something. Beavers has taught us something that for you to retain your position now, you only do that by consistent engagement of your citizens and then your performance. Let us give it to Buhari now. And is it for anything? Who brought Beavers? This thing wouldn't have cost Buhari anything not to sign that thing. It wouldn't have cost him anything not to even finance it. I am telling you, if PDP were the one on seat, they would not have brought these Beavers into play because they had 16 good years to do it. They didn't do it. So when everybody comes here, the places I know I can give Buhari kudos, I go give him kudos. A black man became a House of Assembly in Kaduna State. They don't born away during PDP time. They don't born in Papa, in Mama. They don't born any of the generation where. Thanks to that Beavers. It is this same Beavers that is giving a non-entity in the national politics, like Obi, that confidence to go to a court of appeal. Because he understands that those things are what? Are being computerized. Those days of daylight manipulation, whereby there was no Beavers, he won't dare do it. As of 2019, when it happened to Atiku case, nobody had concrete evidence to try and go to the court and show. But now Beavers has come now. That means technology has been introduced thanks to Buhari of APC. And is it for anything that he has been able to bring some levels of transparency?
Buhari Tinubu congratulates Adeleke.
Do you get the point? So, yes, Buhari is the president of all. In the governance, you put partisanship aside. All right, because when they are allocating their FAC, they won't say that they will not give non-APC states their FAC. They give everybody.
Yeah,
Buhari is the only person that paid all the arrears of derivatives since 1999. He gave majority of those states that he gave are non-APC states. He gave Bayelsa almost 200 billion. Or is it Delta? I think Delta almost got almost 200 billion. Which PDP did not give them. PDP was the worst thing that happened to us. If we had APCs in 1999, my brother, I am sure Nigeria would have been far better. Buhari's problem was him not being able to stand firm and sack Emefiele. I have told you that Emefiele is the poster boy of Nigerian problem. Yesterday was on TV in this AFAM electricity that they were commissioning. I think they were inaugurating yesterday. I was just looking at that.
We had billions of dollars.
I was just looking at this silly man. I was saying, look at this olodo of a person. How did he become a MD in Zenith Bank, for crying out loud? This is a man who lacks common economic sense.
What the APC see?
He was the one that plunged us into this mess. Let me tell you, if today you are able to buy rice, bag of rice for 15,000, you will not be, nobody will be crying that aship. Tomato now don't increase price, but that is due to maybe natural disaster because of the rainfall in Jos and all that. Right now, tomato is one of the most expensive commodities in the market. Tinubu, Buhari, who is an introvert. Even if you're an introvert, there are some introverts that still know how to talk. He doesn't know how to talk to people. Buhari lacks good communication skills.
He has aides around him.
He lacks good communication skills. That is one thing that you know that Tinubu has above every one of them. Buhari is a good communicator. Tinubu is a good communicator. That one you cannot take it from him.
The strategist.
You cannot take that one away from him. So, about the Osun election, well, the ruling has been there. And from that ruling, we can see that the beavers from ECHA are the most important thing is there. Not even the IREF. Because you realize that the IREF wasn't really mentioned, but the beavers and the from ECHA are the two major sources of, dispute resolutions.
Okay, let's move on. Owner of Effect tells PDP Labour Party to come together and support the president-elect.
The same Ohaneze of Indigbo said that Obi must not let this pass. The same one Obi in Igbo land also said that if Igbo presidency does not happen, Nigeria would collapse. Now it depends. There are so many Igbo kings. Don't interfere me. There are so many. I did not say Obi. I said king. They call King Obi in Igbo land, right? Eze or whatever. How do you call them? Eze. They call them kings. There are so many kings. There are so many. Is it not Eze Ife or what's that man's name? One man, elderly man that should, by now. One elderly man who's supposed to keep quiet. I know he experienced civil war. He's trying to push people to their early graves, saying that for Tinubu to be president, Nigeria will come down. How will an old man, has he lost his senses?
Tinubu is a young man.
Is Obi bigger than Nigeria's
Tinubu is a young man.
oneness?
Old man. Tinubu is a young
Answer my question now, Christian.
No, you see,
Ezefe said that if Tinubu becomes the president, Nigeria will crumble. Is Obi bigger than Nigeria?
No.
Buhari is a dummy. There are so many people who say Buhari is supposed to arrest. Like they say, he should be rotting in jail. Him and what's it been in MC Oluomo.
should have arrested them.
Yes, he should have arrested him too. He should have arrested him too if that's the case.
So, he's been attacked by people.
Do you understand?
Also,
MC Oluomo's case was for governorship, but Ezefe was questioning the sanity and the sanctity of the old Nigeria as a nation. MC Oluomo was just limited to Lagos State. Unless you are saying Lagos State is Nigeria.
You just said it.
Unless you are saying Lagos State is Nigeria.
You just said it.
There are so many states that are bigger, that has larger potentials than Lagos State. But because of the governors that cannot think and do,
That we say like Delta State.
There are so many states. Do you know that? You know, I said, thank God for Buhari. We have some items that have been moved from the what? Exclusive list to the concurrent. Let's see what they will do. Sebi Power Railway has been moved. Then let's see what they will do. 8 years now, you go see some people who all they know how to do is to give excuse all their lives. They will come forward and say that it is because federal government is not. Get it? I don't get it. You have always had that right to what? To command the land use of your state. There is nothing stopping every governor in the old states of Nigeria, especially the northern states, okay, to not have an objective. They shouldn't have a roadmap whereby all, at least majority of their vast lands are being mechanized.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me allow you take your what do you call it?
Tapioca.
Tapioca. Thank you.
With some good milk here. Thank you.
Yes, with that, we've come to the end of the program. This morning, bystanders at the newsstands. I am Christian Chico. Yes, we are right on. We are moving like a train this moment. Please click on the like button, share, and share, so that other persons can have opportunity to watch this wonderful program this morning. Yes, with that, we've come to the end of the program. I'm Christian Chico. God bless you all. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.